Hello, sorry, I was shoveling down some food before it starts. I was just like trying to not eat on stream, but it's still too late for that. Whoa! How's everyone doing in chat? How we all doing? Let's go. Alright. Let's make this a reality. There we go. Trying to create. The main goal for today is at least start on the premise of making a cool, just a small voice acting or storytelling aspect. I like doing storytelling. I want to get better at it. So this is the way I feel like I can go about doing this without decimating everything. So, times two would be fun to do it with random people on the internet. It's a pretty cool story. So, actually, I probably just don't need to do a heading. Let's do normal text. Go. I could do like heading 3 for the context. At least just storyboarding right now. If I can write. No, I probably did that wrong. I am tired. Wait, don't care. I want it to look good because of my OCB. Anyways. So, all those are watching. I just like doing storytelling aspects on stuff. I have played a couple. I've applied for a couple of different voice acting, solid baritone bass, and I want to be able to create. That's a fun little thing I could do for like a mini short series, like a mini short story using like, and then posting it on like TikTok, YouTube, shorts, and then compiling it all into one video for a YouTube overall story, aesthetically. So, give it a shot. Thinking just a simple story premise of I wouldn't say hero journey. Hero journey's been like beaten to death, I feel like. Although there's a reason why it's been so popularized. I'll be able to do something fun. Something different. Something enriching to the world. Something the world has never seen before. Coming soon to theaters. Something like that. I don't know. What's the vibe? But yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun. So let's figure this out. Let's get a story. Let's do MC for main character. I'll just call him. Ooh. I have a premise. Hold up. Let me try something. Pull something up. I want to be able to write a cool story about one of my favorite D&D characters of all time. Now, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? What I do here... Oh, wait, hold up. Let me just do this. Let's do... Image... upload a full file real quick, just to, so everyone can see the character. Ooh, that is a massive. Here, I'll move chat. Oh. No. Chat. Alright, why is this chat box fixed? Oh, okay, now. Does chat not wanna, what the, okay, whatever. No, I'm not gonna mess with it anymore, but this is Xavier. He is an Oath of Redemption Paladin, right? I think it would be cool to have a good just story based on him. His overarching story. So let's play Glow is. Where's the text? Yes. Text. Wow. Let's make it a little bigger. There we go. And then right here, what I will do, throw it in, give it some spice, give it some pizzazz, is at this filter, perfect. There we go. Perfect. So, writing a story about Xavier. Winter Shield. Xavier Winter Shield. Yes. All right. I'm gonna create. Let's think. With this story, I think it would be interesting to be able, because Xavier came from an orc family, an orc clan, on this planet called Nash. For at least for my D&D campaign, that is where he is from. It is a very classic. I would not say classic, but I would say similar to a very classic orc-driven fantasy type cliches. But they've kind of modernized to a fact where they don't go ooga booga, kill everything that was. They're a little bit more evolved, I guess you would say. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of good context I feel like I could write about him. He has a lot of opportunity to grow here, for at least story-wise. So, I don't know. What we thinking, chat? What we thinking, chat? The phone charge. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. If it works, it works. We're good. We chilling. There we go. Okay. Favorite winter shield. Want to use a side character. Let's say Winter Shield. This is another one of my characters. That's in the story. Let's see. What am I looking for here? Whoa. That's only on this side, buddy, so I don't want it. Not the whole thing. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. This cause more issues. Hey! Yeah, I'm kind of coming with the childhood history is what I'm kind of aiming for right now. Yeah. Because I kind of make up stuff on the fly. I think what my main premise is I'm trying to create actually a voice acting story that I relay via shorts that I'll post on like TikTok and YouTube shorts, and maybe Instagram if I want to do that. I don't know. We'll see. And then combine them all into a YouTube video that I post at the very end of the life of Xavier Wintershield. So that's kind of the aiming I'm going for. Olaf. Oh my gosh. Cushion. Oh my gosh. I just brain farted on cousin. Oh my gosh. This is game over. Chi-Chi's. I was like, cuz. Because my brain just farted. Let's see. Another side character. Mama Xavier. What's Mama Xavier's name? What's Mama Xavier's? Winter Shield, obviously. But the maiden name comes from a different clan I'm going to be building. Let me think here. What's a good... Terra Winter Shield. That's kind of creative. Get it right there. For an orc. Shield. Mom. Side character. Dad. Let's go. Ooh. Luke. You know, I like that. A bunch of U's. Ulruk. Winter Shield. Yeah, okay, let's do Xavier's tail. There we go. Let's see. What's another good side character here? What's another good side character? Random character story. Sister. Oh yeah, his sister. Yeah. And his younger brother. Let's do side character. Marath. No, that's close to Merrick. I don't like that. Orc name. Orc name. Orc sister of Xavier. Talus? Ooh, Talus. Talus Winter Shield. Yeah. Say sis. Oh gosh, dang it. There we go. This is a janky way of doing it, but that's what I do, baby. And then his brother. Let's do. Let's something a good brother name for Xavier. Let's do Zangin. Winter Shield. Bro. There we go. Zangin. Okay. I think I'll come with more characters as I go on because I feel like that would make more sense. Let's think. Storyboard. I'll do characters. I'll do plot, but I'll make this a subheading for it. There we go. This is a story all I'm just kidding. Let's figure this out. Story. Xavier is not orcish tale. Born on a civil war torn planet. Year was immersed in war, coming from a form, coming from a well-known orc clan from the north of Nash, named Boom Winter Shield. Meaning in the ancient ways to be a loyal shield brother to any clan leader. That's what the Winchesters are known for. Being loyal protectors. How about that? How about that, huh? How about that? That's pretty sick, huh? I think it's pretty sick. I think that's pretty sick. Alright. But I want to be able to make this into a voice acting series. I think it'll be so much fun. Let's think. What's something? What would be a good first story, chat, from like an Xavier told tale? Like Xavier sounds like this for all those who don't know. Should there be like his first interactions as a soldier in Skulldurok, the capital city of Nash? Should we have like a story driven from when he first became a soldier in Skulldurok, of some of the wars from the southern clans? I think that'd be sick. I think that'd be cool. Hold up. Going up. Boot camp. Oh, I like that. Boot camp. Hell yeah. I like that story. Yes. A boot camp story. I like that. I like that a lot. I appreciate you, Axis. W for Axis. In rough north. Here, I'm gonna add a tab, and then this will be boot camp. Whole new story in of itself. Let's go like this, so I have the title page because I'm lazy because I can't create a template for scripts, which is stupid. I wish they did that in Word, but Docs, but Docs is free, so I can't really complain. Yep. Xavier's Tale. Let's do subtitle boot camp. I like that. We're gonna continue with boot camp. Starts in Skulldurok. So we'll do setting / narration. LibreOffice off stream. I definitely should. I'll figure it out. I know Docs. I'm familiar with it. A lot of people are, so I'm just gonna stick with Docs for now. But yes, I definitely will. I'll definitely consider that. Let's do narrator. Let's do N for narrator. I need to figure actually how to spell Skulldurok correctly, because if I don't, I will butcher this, and I don't want to do that. Wait, I have an idea. Wait. I actually think I have. Well, I think I have the resources. Yes, just DM me. DM me. Let's open a new tab. I think I actually have some of the story. Yeah, I have the void. The player handout. I'm so smart. Look at all this. It's like the DM over prepared for this. Does he have Skulldurok spelled out in here? He doesn't. Frick, dude. Frick. I think I need to say at least spell out Skulldurok correctly, or I feel like that would be unfair if I can't even spell Skulldurok. Let's see. Resources. Wait, no. Didn't pin messages on this one. Okay. Let's go. Skoldorak. I did that in caps. I don't care. I have it written down now. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us being productive. Look at us. Let's see. Narrator. Who should Harold? Access Harold should narrate this. My other D&D character. I mean, he's a historian. That's what he is. That would be awesome. I'm gonna do that. So people, if you're here, you know that if you see my clips and hear my stories and tales, you will hear Harold, Professor Harold, the historian that travels the galaxy, collecting stories and telling them across time. That's it, baby. Oh, that's so good. Because that makes sense. Because literally, in Skoldorak, after Xavier came back and broke his bonds, he met with Harold and told the story that way with Harold writing everything down. So this is the tales of Xavier from Harold. Brain blast. That's so okay. I'm so smart. Anyways, it starts in the capital city of Nash, Skoldorak. An industrial market center, if I can spell center, for the people of Nash. An intergalactic sound like intergalactic station, just intergalactic station. Oh, and the biggest intergalactic station station. I gotta make sure that it ignores this, because I know it's gonna freak out this whole time. It's gonna just tick me off just that little more. Intergalactic station. Yeah. Huh. An international market center for the people of Nash and the biggest station located. Through like an industrial market center for people of Nash and the biggest. I don't think I need to say this. I don't think I need to say that. People of all sorts made this place for peace and unification in the never resting war torn planet of Nash. We follow a simple, should we do quote unquote simple orc who just joined the Skoldorak guard, known as Xavier. Yo, okay. Then we pan to Xavier. I'll do X for now. Xavier. No, I'm not gonna do that. I could be lazy. Xavier. With this is more a note for me when I do the audio editing. With a rustle of a busy city in the background. And then I'll say he smells then coughs. Ah! Didn't italicize it, cushioning it. Smelling, then coughing. So that's the tone I'll set for him. Oh. What would he say? First thing is this is a farm boy, first time farm boy entering the city. What would he say? I feel like he would probably start. So his voice is a little bit higher. He's a teenager, so he's not the Xavier we know now. As a professional paladin of redemption and a fighter, and a defender of those who cannot defend themselves. So his tone should be up here, and he should start coughing. So he'd be. Let's think. What would he say? If he coughs. And what a putrid sight! Oh, these city-licking boot lovers don't know when greatness hits them in the face. Then there's gesturing to himself. No, he's not too cocky. He's still a farm boy. Overwhelmed. He's like, oh, I thought the farm. I thought scooping up all the crap from the farm was that bad. Oh, man, no one tells you the city sense. The city scent. Yeah. I thought. Oh, gosh, if I can spell. The city. I thought cleaning up the barn was bad. I thought the smell, because this is I can't just portray an actual animation. This is just the voices. I thought the smell of cleaning up the barn was bad. How do these city orcs live with themselves? Narrator, it's a herald. gestures to an old a childhood friend named. Ooh, what should this childhood friend be named? What should he be named? Should we do like Bob? Classic Bob. The orcs are very creative with their names. Named Bob. Good old Bob. His family ain't the brightest. Let's do Bob. Bob? Oh, what's the Roman number for like 18th? So his just name has just been passed down as Bob for like the longest generation. Let's do Bob. The 18th Roman numeral. I don't know how to spell. That's okay. That's it. Oh yeah, dude, you're so smart. See, this is I the 18th. XV. Do I. I'll just do B for now. Bob. Another orc from a clan in the crib. Oh, he bobbed his head in the crib. I like that. That's funny. Do you know what I think? Yeah, here it is. I'll do this for tone. Gladly joining in on roasting the city orcs. If I can spell, goodness. Thinks could topple. I thinks Bob, because he always talks to himself in third person. The XVI. What if he just said it instead of the 18th? He goes XVI. That would be awesome. I thinks Bob the XVI would crush any and all pathetic city orc into the what's it called? The mulching. No, it's not right. Into the gutter.
You know what I think? I think Bob would crush any and all pathetic city york into the gutter and make him lick my boot.
Make him lick my boot. Yeah. Laugh. And then N. The boys enjoy each other's new city. As the boys enjoyed past tense company in this proud city. Chose company in this proud city. You know, I think I actually should set the tone for what I want the story. So, bullet points on what I want the story to end up being. Let's do that first. We're going to do script. Boom. There you go. And then here we're going to do storyboard. Storyboard. We gotta do like a web. Here, let's see. I think I can insert drawing new. Okay, I was about to say, what the? Actually, hold up. I'll just use MS Paint. Good old MS Paint. For a storyboard. File. Open. Nope. Is there a way I could change the file? I forgot. It's been so long. Alright, whatever. Oh, that's the size. Okay, so I'll just zoom in. We'll do boot camp with Xavier. Boot camp. No. Yeah, boot camp. Okay. So what leads... Actually, I'm going to do this. BC. What leads... What would be something interesting we could tell the story of for boot camp? I'll do X and B's adventures. Okay, X and B's adventures. Those will be our two main characters, X and B. What would be the contention for X and B? Xavier, let's say they have a stern drill sergeant, like a super stern. Yeah. Stern drill sergeant. What will lead? Let's see. So that the story is about their boot camp, X and B's adventures. the contention is always the drill sergeant, right? He wants to create the best next generation of soldiers, but X and B they're farm boys. They're always naturally tough, so a lot of the physical stuff doesn't really bother them as much as some of maybe the southern or even the city orcs are or would be bothered by. So maybe with this in mind, let's think. What? Ooh. Goodness, I'm tired. Holy crap. Executive Adventure, Stern, Drill Sergeant, Unfazed. Do Unfazed. Oh, I didn't even. Hold up. I'm actually going to do something different. So, storyboard. X. And B's adventures. Let's see. Let's do Adventure of their arrival. Arrival to Skoldorak. Arrival to Skoldorak. What's another good like story tale thing that we could do? Another good story. Hold on. What the heck? Okay, no, we're good. Oh, I'm just tripping balls. Never mind. It happens every once in a while. Hold up. Okay. Red tries. Let's see. Red. Okay. The arrival to Skoldorak. First week. Physical tests, which I'll just do first week. How long should this be? Let's do first month. Should we do second week? Second week, first story, and then third week, first month. We could all consolidate this into one bigger story eventually. But I think this would be kind of cool. Kind of cool to be able to write the story like this. I think that's a little too much, though. I don't... I'm going to stick with first week. First week. Physically tested. Need another L. Introduce drill Sergeant. Introduce drill sergeant. FJ. Let's do like time skip like first month. This is where the first shenanigans go down. The first shenanigans of Xavier and his childhood friend Bob the XVIII, because he doesn't know what the 18th means. X and B shenanigans start. Now, what does that mean? What's a good shenanigan story that they start? What's something that Xavier, a orc, when in Rome, what's in Rome? Run in Rome. What is Rome? What is Rome, bro? What is Rome? I don't know. I just thought it sounded nice. I don't know. I just thought it sounded nice. Ignore. Bar fight. Bar fight. With city orcs. And who could also forget, not only did Xavier and Bob the 18th get into plenty of bar fights, but let's just say they could really never keep their hands clean. No, if he's going to become a Skullrack guard, Xavier's not that type of person. Bob is. I feel like Bob would be. Bob seemed like a guy that would try to pickpocket and steal stuff. Yeah. Can't get enough of pickpocketing. Xavier is not a... Oh, here, go like this to add. I don't know. It's trying to tell me something. Again, a big one. Xavier does not prove... what the... Does not approve. Although the extra drinking money doesn't hurt. What's another shenanigans Xavier and Bob the XVIII would get into during boot camp? Since they're so physically fit, I feel like the drill sergeant would be pissed because he can't break these guys because they're raised on a farm. They're farm tough, right? Maybe they, I won't say they bully the drill sergeant, but maybe they could like tease the drill sergeant. Make him feel like that he's the dumb one. I don't know. At least physically. Ooh, Xavier embarrasses the drill sergeant. But like, let's say they get in a tussle and the drill sergeant's trying to prove a point. And Xavier's just built different, quite literally. Oh, yeah. Maybe on like the first week, Xavier, here. was quote unquote used as an example for his clumsiness? No, Xavier's not clumsy. Maybe his yeah, they don't like talk back. Xavier is the eldest of his family. So what would Xavier like? What did Xavier do here to make it so that the drill sergeant tries to use him as an example for their first, like for instance, close quarter combat training? What would he have to do to just talk back? Xavier likes making remarks. He's like, "Oh, this guy's brain is smaller. This guy's definitely a city orc." Or something. Maybe nothing. Xavier's 6'4". He's not the biggest orc. He's not the strongest nor the fastest. Yeah. For, quote, the way he looks at me, but gets embarrassed maybe he has a quarrel with the Winter Shield clan. Maybe he's a former soldier for the southern clans that the northern clans are always beefing with. Yeah. And the orcs are never naturally honorable folk. Is embarrassed in their first tussle in close quarters combat, CQC. There you go. Outshines the southern orcs in drills, which makes drill sergeant very upset or something, because there's a bitter rivalry, right, between the northern and the southern orcish clans. I feel like that would be a reason why. And then he got embarrassed. He's supposed to be the drill sergeant, right? First month. What would be the first? Let's do. Say there's a 6 months long. Sixth month. Yeah, it was 6 month. Let's see. Xavier shines. Not Xavier shines. Xavier feels. That's something I can say here. What would Xavier say here? Not Xavier say. I feel like Xavier's just a naturally talented soldier. Because he has to become a naturally born, like a leader eventually, which then causes the rest of the timeline to happen to where the D&D campaign started. So,
is a natural soldier, but Bob ain't
the same cut. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I'll say he's a natural soldier. Yeah, and he makes mistakes along the way. I feel like that's just normal.
ain't the type, but Bob isn't even close to X's skill level. Natural skill level.
Because maybe Bob is like a middle child and Xavier grew up being the eldest, so he was always looked up upon. I'm not saying he's a natural born leader, but, you know, he always looked up upon, doing stuff like that. Maybe that could be it. I think I like that. I'm a fan of that. Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Graduation happens. X is one of,
He's not going to be the best.
X is one of the best, while Bob just barely graduated. Mostly by X literally carrying him sometimes. They get put into the same squad mostly filled with northern orcs.
I just feel like that's just normal for the city. So yeah, storyboard for Xavier and Bob's the XVII. Because who doesn't know what that means? They arrive in Skolderrock. Let's see what do they do the first thing before boot camp starts. Say they arrive like a week before. What do they do? They're young boys. The first time they left their clan to join the Skolderrock Guard, to be the quote-unquote beast keepers of the war in Nosh. Basically the policing force of the wars and quarrels. They arrive in Skolderrock. So they go to tavern, get their place. Let's see. Xavier would definitely, as a young orc in a new city, would tell a story. Not tell a story. How would he tell the story of him going to Skolderrock? Him and Bob
basically we're like kids in a like a not a chocolate factory, kids in a candy store.
X and B were like kids in a candy store. Candy store. Everything seemed cool and shiny to them. Not cool, it's not cool and shiny. X and B.
I would say get. Yeah. Made of glass. Oh. Coolie. Oopsies. There we go. Seems cool. Meet up. Let's say Xavier has an uncle that was also part of the call. Ah, they're clumsy. I like that. They're the bull in the china shop.
Fit like a bull in a china shop. They ain't a proper type of orc. I'll say, let's do italicized. It'll be like a proper type of orc. A city orc, a business orc, a merchant orc.
Let's say in the north, because they're farmers, a lot of their agriculture. Farmers. Maybe they're ranchers. I feel like orcs like ranching a lot more. And I feel like farmers up in the north one makes sense. Ranchers would, though, because you could have like cattle and stuff in cold areas naturally, very easily. So you don't need to like worry about that type. So I think I should do it that way. Oh gosh. Let's see. I have an idea. Hold on. J.G. Hemsworth. Just kidding. Yeah. Let's see. I feel it the proper type. Maybe in the north, since there, I feel like there'd be like more of a close knit clan and community. They're like, for instance, you could just walk into a person's house because everyone's so familiar, everyone's so connected, kind of like a southern hospitality type. That's what the northern orcs are like. Even though they live in the coldest place on the planet, they have the warmest of hearts. Yeah, and they just have they don't understand the like commonality. I don't know if that makes that's I don't feel like that's right. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that'd be something. Something to play with. Let's see. Well, in a China shot, they ain't the proper type of orc.
Raised in a southern type hospitality environment. not used to the
What are they not used to? What are they not used to here?
not used to the way things run in a I feel like I have to say capitalistic. Place.
Maybe one of the places they visit, they go to like a quote unquote gift shop to be able to send stuff to like their younger siblings and to their clan, and maybe they're like, throw it on the tap. My name's Xavier, and the shopkeeper is like, what are you doing? No, you can't just take things and add a tab. I don't know who you are. How do I expect you to pay me later? And he's like, I thought you just had a tab for like anything in the store. No, you don't do that here. No, of course I don't do that here. Where are you from? Oh, you look like northern boys. See, unfortunately, we don't accept tabs in stores here. Maybe at a tavern, but not in a store. So that's like a rude awakening. Of like, I ain't Kansas anymore. for Xavier type situation.
Xavier, I'll do X. And B are, let's see, are wanting to buy stuff for their folks back home. Is not used to the way the stores run here. Asks for a tab to be opened. The Winter Shield name and shop keep is like, who are you? And hell to the nah.
Maybe something like that. I feel like that would be the vibe. That would be the fit-in thing here. I think that would be fun to play with. So, Xavier, X and B's adventures. Xavier and Bob's. This will be the story plan. This will be the scripts I'll be writing this upcoming week for Xavier and Bob's the 18th, but the XVII's story of their boot camp adventures. And then, yeah. I think this will be a fun story, a fun place to kind of get it going for them. I think it'll be fun. And Taz will give me something to do. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably call the stream now. Unless there's someone in the chat that wants to relay some information or something of that regard of wanting to add anything before I end stream. Is there anyone? Anything anyone wants to add to the stream? Xavier and the stories? of boot camp? What are we thinking, chat? What are we thinking? We're not thinking anything? Same. I don't think that often anyways. I'll probably call a stream then. I appreciate every single one of you for joining in stream. Access, thank you so much. G10 Bread, the comments. But Access, thank you a lot. I do appreciate your input here. And then everyone else who has been on stream, on Kick or on YouTube, thank you guys for joining the stream. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Actually, I'll be streaming tomorrow, more story stuff. If you want to join that, I'll probably be streaming at 8 p.m. Pacific time. 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Sorry, I have a swing shift tomorrow, and I'm not gonna be able to stream it in the evening. But 8 a.m. swing schedule, writing story or game. I don't know. Sure, I'll probably do this first, and then if it's not catchy, then I'll probably do something else. But that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Woohoo! Let's go! See you stream. Woohoo!